Hello, everyone. In this podcast, you will listen to amazing passage which will improve your listening skills. Just listen to a video. It is not important to understand every single word. Just listen again and again. Focuses on how we pronounce the words. Then keep practice. It's about time. Have you ever had trouble working with others because of their approach to time? Some people are prompt in completing their part of a project, while others are slow. Some people are on time for meetings, while others are late. Some people focus on getting the task done in time, while others spend time chatting and making sure everyone is feeling comfortable. Why are we different in the ways we approach time? Edward T. Hall, a famous sociologist, found that there are cultural differences in perceiving time. He distinguished between two types of cultures, monochronic and polychronic. People of monochronic cultures, such as Northern Europeans and Anglo-North Americans, tend to do one thing at a time. They value speed and punctuality. They are efficient and focused. They are controlled by their schedules. On the other hand, those in polychronic cultures, such as Latin and Arab countries, tend to do many things at once. They value flexibility over punctuality and tend to change plans often and easily. They are controlled by human relationships more than their schedules. You may have heard of Mexican time, Brazilian time, or Spanish time. This refers to the flexible approach to appointments and schedules in those countries. If you make a plan to meet your Spanish friends for a drink at 9 p.m., they may come at 9:30 or 10 p.m. with no apology. Monochronic culture, polychronic culture. Do one thing at a time, do several things at a time, tend to be punctual, more flexible regarding schedule. Time is money. Business is a way of socializing. Examples: USA, Germany, Japan. Examples: France, Africa, Latin America. Of course, there are always exceptions to these cultural tendencies. That is to say, all Americans are not punctual, and all Spanish are not relaxed about schedules. There are many individual differences. According to some psychologists, not only culture but family and personality types also influence an individual's attitude to time. These psychologists divide people, not cultures, into monochronic sociologot, someone who studies the camoms and beliefs of humans and society, and polychronic, and say these are personality types found in every culture. Monochronic people are organized, logical, and patient. Polychronic people are creative, intuitive, and impulsive. Conflict happens when we try to apply a monochronic approach to a situation that demands polychronic time, or vice versa. A common example of this is if someone travels to a culture that perceives time differently than in his or her own culture. English Canadian tourists, monochronic culture, may be frustrated by slow restaurant service in Italy, polychronic culture. A polychronic person may have trouble meeting all the deadlines at an American university, since most American professors expect students to follow the schedules strictly. Even in one's own culture, it may be difficult for someone who is casual about appointments and deadlines to work efficiently enough to satisfy a boss who values punctuality. And someone who likes to follow a fixed work schedule will be upset by a work team or a boss who changes tasks or times without notice. Perhaps most difficult is the fact that life requires both approaches to time. Some tasks, like taking out the garbage, are predictable and can be approached in a monochronic way. However, a monochronic approach doesn't apply to things like falling in love or resolving an argument. The next time you feel annoyed when someone keeps you waiting, remember that people of different cultures, families, and personality types may have different ideas of time. It is true that the late person may be rude, lazy, or disrespectful. But if you are dealing with a polychronic person, he or she is simply managing time differently from the way you manage it. Likewise, if you are late for an appointment and your friend gets angry, remember that he or she may be running on monochronic time. Respecting each other's different attitudes to time may reduce conflict. Finally, for more, follow us. Don't forget like, share, thank you, and never give up. You can do it, inshallah.